Good evening, fellow traders. All right, I was really busy today. Substack subscribers know selling things and buying other things and finding more things to buy and then buying those things. Lots of crypto trading today. So that kept me preoccupied, and unfortunately, this video comes a little late. And to be honest with you guys, I'm not sure that I'm going to continue doing daily crypto updates. I think I'm going to relabel these titles as market updates, and I'll just do them randomly or at critical points when the market is really doing something significant. But I'll do one today because I have found and cherry picked a lot of my favorite cryptocurrencies, and I thought I'd share those all with you. So let's get started with that. Before I do that, I suppose we need to talk about the indexes just a bit because they are what leads Bitcoin. And then we'll talk about Bitcoin and how that influences our crypto space. So here we have the QQQ pulled up, and I've stated this pattern can be replicated on all the major stock indexes. And what we have here is a ascending triangle, which is a continuation pattern. Now we've got quite a bit of room over here to move sideways all the way through actually, just noticed this, March. Interesting. That could line up and they could influence us in some ways that I have yet to put together, but that is an interesting time frame that I have just noticed, and I'm going to continue to pay attention to that. Now, usually with an ascending triangle in a bullish trend, it indicates that this is going to be a continuation pattern and we will continue upward at some point. However, being that I just noticed this time frame, not exactly sure how that's going to go, how that's going to play out. At any rate, that doesn't really matter at this point. What I'm looking for these indexes to do is come up and not conquer this resistance. Seems to be too strong to be defeated by the bulls at this point. Plus, we have plenty of room in this triangle. So I think what we're going to do is kind of an up and down pattern for a little ways until we decide, are we going to break up and continue this bullish trend inside this channel, which we have lived in since March of 2020, or is it time for the bears to take over and take us down? That remains to be seen. In any case, the trend is the same on every index. We're inside of a bullish channel. We have an ascending wedge, and I think we will bounce around sideways inside of these ascending wedges for quite some time, at least till the end of February. Dow Jones is a little different, however, and I took away this right shoulder because I didn't want that influencing our bias. This is a neckline here. I do anticipate that Dow is going to be quite choppy over the next course of weeks, maybe months. And we'll kind of do the same thing, only the movement will be much more volatile, much more drastic, till we get to the end of this triangle and we decide, are we going to go up or are we going to drop out and go down? Now, if we drop out, this head and shoulders pattern at that point is certainly in play. And we need to measure top of the head to the neckline to figure out where we're going to go. Anyways, this all means that the stock market is kind of in a sideways pattern, if I'm right, that is, through end of February, beginning of March. That could be good for the crypto markets. That gives them some room to carry out their bullish action, the bull market cycle that I expect is coming. Let's just take a look at Bitcoin real quick, and then we'll roll through these altcoins that I picked out. All right. I said yesterday that the bulls are going to take us up here where the real battle is done. Tug of war between the bulls and the bears. Will the bulls take us on the other side of this line, or will the bears take us back under? So right now, we are sitting exactly on that trend line. All right. So that is significant, and we have to watch this tug of war battle continue to determine where we will go. Now, in less than 2 hours here, our candle will close. If we close above it, that's fine. All we need is another candle tomorrow. Whoops, didn't mean to move that. We need another candle tomorrow above this trend line. We need it to open and we need it to close. And then preferably, I like to see 3 candles outside of these wedges in crypto specifically because the market never closes. So we see 3 candles outside of that wedge. Then we are golden. The bulls are back in business and they can continue to take us onwards and upwards. However, at this point, we just don't know who's going to win this battle on the daily between the bulls and the bears. Now, keep in mind, we don't have much time. This is a triangle. This ascending green line provides support for us. This descending red line provides resistance. Currently, we're on the upside of that. However, the bears could take us back down. At any rate, we only have until the 26th of December to determine whether we're going to remain on the upside of the triangle or the downside. Now, for now, this is my line in the sand pattern. If we descend below this support, I turn bearish. I start to sell, offload many of my cryptos. If we end up on the upside of this trend line, I turn somewhat bullish. Now, I realize we still are under this major resistance, but that doesn't matter. We have a lot of room to work with, and it doesn't mean we have to break through that right away. Just like the stock markets, we could end up just bouncing around between the blue and the green here through March, through end of February or March. Now, I hope that doesn't happen because, well, I think Bitcoin is tightly correlated with our altcoin market, and altcoins are specifically what I trade. So I'd like to see a big bull run for good old Bitcoin here, but that remains to be seen. Ethereum is still looking strong. We're on the upside of that neck, and never once did we turn bearish. As long as we remain on the top side of this green line, that is our neckline for a cup and handle pattern that I've drawn over here, we remain bullish. Now let's dive into some of these cryptos, these altcoins that I picked out. Today I was busy scouring the charts, as I said already. And my Substack subscribers already know that one of my trade alerts yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, I put in the trade alert, bought here and today sold here. All right. So that indicates a gain of approximately 17%. Not bad for one day, one trade. And anyways, DOT, Polkadot, is a very good coin to look to invest in. However, if you're looking to enter into this trade, I sold here. So what does that mean I think is going to happen? I do think that we potentially could come down, kiss the top of our parallel channel goodbye, at which point you would want to re-enter. Now, I don't know that that line that I just drew is accurate. I would say a re-entry point, a good re-entry point would be somewhere down here. If that happens, I would suggest waiting a day, maybe two, just to see what the price action looks like. If the bears can't take us down to that level, then you may want to enter here. At any rate, we are on the upside of this channel, so that is bullish for Polkadot, and I expect us to continue upwards in the future here. That is one of my picks. OMG is another one. All right, this one, for a long time, we have been in this ascending megaphone pattern. And I circled here, there's a lot of volume that traverses on the underside of this upper level of resistance. Every time we hit that, we were at a new high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times we hit a new high. There's nothing here to say that that won't happen again. However, as I've indicated by this arrow drawing, it is possible that this 20-day moving average pushes us down, and maybe we come back and test our support level. That still remains to be seen, but I would be cautious rapidly making an entry into this one, especially being that we are up 7% right today. That's a pretty good profit on the day, and the bears may look to bring us back down tomorrow or any of the post-seeding days. So that one, just like that, wait a couple days to see what happens. In fact, most of these altcoins are going to be the same way. You may have to wait a couple days to find a good entry. SHIB is one that I put out on, it was a free trade alert here on TradingView, and I told you exactly where you should enter, and I have a level drawn here. If I was in this trade, I would have sold here. And again, I would be waiting for another day or two to see what the price action looks like. At any rate, congratulations to those of you who did follow me in this trade. From this level to here, you made 25%. 25% is very good. Anytime I capture 25%, I'm a seller, especially when it coincides with my levels. Actually, only when it coincides with one of my levels that I've drawn. And that's the way I teach my traders to trade. You know, you have a 25, 30% day and it hits one of your resistance levels. That's I mean, a no-brainer. You sell at that point, get rid of it, wait for us to come back down, watch the price action, observe, and look for your re-entry. ADA, Cardano, is another oversold coin in my opinion, and we have just broken to the upside of this descending wedge. Now again, just like the rest of them, we can come back down and kiss that before we proceed up. So again, this you're in a holding pattern at this point, waiting to see what the price action looks like, because we broke out to the upside, hit my resistance, and now we are coming back down. ICP, put this one on the chart because we have not been at a lower price point than this. I mean, in May, we were at $625 plus. We are now at $23. That represents 31x price from where we are at right now. I think this is vastly oversold and vastly undervalued. Now, this might not be the best entry for those of you who want to have a more conservative entry. That would be up here somewhere. All right. Once we break out of this descending trend, this descending channel of sorts, and above our resistance, the more conservative entry would be right there. OXT, I've always liked OXT. Reason I like OXT, and I've stated this many times here on TradingView, wherever you are, is because of these big candles. Look at the move on this one candle, and this happens all the time on OXT, guys. Reason why I love it. That is 80% in one day. Where else do you get that kind of fluctuation? Nowhere, only in the crypto markets. But you have to know how to trade it, or you have to know somebody that knows how to trade it, and that's the service I provide. All right, so if you guys follow me on Substack, I will tell you exactly how to trade this stuff. Or I mean, you can follow me on Substack and know how I am trading it, and therefore learn yourself. But I tried to provide as much free information as possible so that you guys can also learn this. Fortunately, there's only so many minutes in the day and so much time I can put into one of these videos. OXT looks like it's under the 200-day here, but it is above this level of resistance. We got to watch to see if it closes and opens another one above this level of resistance. That is starting to be bullish, in my opinion. Filecoin. greatly undersold. On top of that, we have down in our RSI chart, we have some bullish divergence. You can see how the RSI is trending up, but the price pattern is trending down. I think personally we have reached a bottom level of support here. I don't see us moving much lower. It is possible, yes, that we could move to this next level down. That certainly is possible. However, once again, since in this case March, we were at $200 and we're now at $35. That represents a big, you know, a big discount on this, and you wouldn't be wrong to buy here. Crypto.com broken outside of an uptrending channel. Again, we just started this 50-day and we're at a level of resistance, so not the best entry area. I would wait for us to come back down and look to re-enter at a lower price. BCH, I put this one on here because if we break above this long-standing bullish triangle, or if we come down here, I would be a buyer down here or above the purple line. Those are my areas of entry. But I put this on the chart only to keep it on your radar because it is an attractive crypto at this price. Graph is looking to come back down just like all the rest of these guys. And my entry area, I would look to enter down here somewhere on the red support. All right, that's our dollar. IOTX is Internet of Things crypto. And we have just broken to the upside of this bullish triangle. And again, I think we could come back down to this area. So that's where I would look to enter. LRC, another one that's broken to the upside of a channel, hit our resistance here. So if I was in this trade, I would have entered here. I would have sold here. I would look to re-enter here. I would look to sell some more here. I would draw some levels out, maybe a level there. And I would look to sell some more there. You know, that's kind of the idea of trading levels. You take profit off the top. When you hit those levels of resistance, you re-enter when you hit the levels of support. And that's the way you trade. All right, delete these real quick. I guess I don't need to use your time cleaning up my charts. But we only have, let's see, one more, Jasmy. Jasmy is another one I put out a free trade alert here on. I said enter here at 737. Couldn't even take my own advice. I couldn't wait for us to get there. So I actually entered in my traders know this. I entered at around 8 cents. However, we did get down to 737 and lower. We touched even the lower support there at, what is that, 5.9. So 5.9 cents. And then from there, we rocketed. All right. And let's measure that increase. In one day, we had an increase of, was that really? Wow. 100%? Craziness. I think that's right. Let me put my crosshairs on that candle. And the high there is 11.7 cents. So yeah, from 5.9 cents to 11.7 cents, that's almost 100% in one day. All right, of course, my Substack subscribers know I sold in this area. Why did I sell in that area? Huge profits. Come on, guys, it's no brainer. You make that kind of a profit in one day and you hit a level of resistance, immediately sell that. All right, and then what you're looking to do is reposition or re-enter at a lower price. Now, I was looking to re-enter here, but I didn't because this triangle is long enough. We're running out of time. I'll talk about it another time. I'll probably catch you guys after Christmas. A lot of good entries here, a lot of good altcoins. I hope this helps. And if I don't see you to next year, then I hope you and your family have a wonderful holiday vacation. Merry Christmas.